Hi everybody, thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. My name is David. This is my Q&A video, a question and answer video, where I'm answering questions that you guys asked me from the last Q&A video. Any questions you have today, please go down in the comment section, ask me, and I'll answer them in the next Q&A video. That's how it works. So, a couple of things I just want to say before I get started with questions. My name is David, not Dave. I hate Dave. Thanks, guys. I'd appreciate it if you just used David. I really don't like Dave. It hasn't been a big deal until now. Everybody calls me Dave. So I just want to say something. It's David. Thank you. Thank you for all the good questions. You guys are making this video awesome, and a lot of other people are appreciating your questions. So thank you very much. Keep the good questions coming, guys. Also, please visit DavidDemars.com. That's my website. I have a forum on there for you guys if you want to interact with other people. Also have an events page that'll let you know what videos are coming out and what days when they're coming, okay? Also on the YouTube channel, I have a music playlist that you guys have offered lots and lots of really, really cool songs that apply to personality disorders. I have about 150 songs on there that you guys have given me. So if you want, I'm open for more suggestions. Just make sure it's not already on the playlist. Thank you, guys. First question, Chantel Graham. Should I feel pity for him? If you want to. I don't think so. I always tell people, don't feel sorry for anyone. Pity, I know, is a little different, but you could feel pity for him. I don't, because that's kind of what gets us into trouble. But it's better than thinking that they're bigger than life, right? Roxy Bolt, why are therapists not trained to help people that have been hurt by narcissists? Well, some are, but generally they don't teach it in school, Roxy. Most therapists can maybe identify what a narcissist is, but beyond that, really their training doesn't take them any further. It's the damage that's caused by narcissists that's important. And a lot of therapists are not trained on how to heal people from that. And they don't heal. They see therapists for a long time, and the therapist kind of redirects them away from their ex. You know, don't talk about your ex anymore. We need to concentrate on you. Why did you do this? And that is usually good therapy for people that are hurt in relationships, but this is totally different. Totally different. You need to process what happened. As long as you need to sit there and keep talking about your past with this piece of shit, then that's how long you need to talk about it. And don't let some therapist tell you, oh no, you're obsessing. It's like, dude, how can I obsess about something I don't know what the fuck happened, right? So find out what happened. Find the truth. Most important thing in your recovery right now is find the truth. Okay? Find out what happened. Keep seeking it out until you realize what happened. It's so important. Thank you, Roxy. Ann Tiernan. Any advice on how to erase triggers from your mind? Yes, I will post a video. I just posted a video not too long ago, how to free your mind from unwanted thoughts. And it should really help you guys. Triggers are different. Triggers come up like bam. And what happened is your brain has an imprint on it of a traumatic memory, and it comes up later. Little things trigger it. And those are hard to make just go away. They come up. But over time, they go away. Your brain is stuck in like war mode right now, and it takes a long time for your brain to get out of that and feel comfortable. That's why I tell you guys to eliminate stress out of your life. Not just the source of the person that put you here, but your job, your friend relationships, your romantic relationships, your family relationships, all of that stuff. Make stress go down. If there's things you need to take care of that stress you out, take care of them. Okay? Don't just let them keep stressing you and stressing you and stressing you out. All this kinds of stress will make trigger memories worse and come up more often. Not getting rid of your source, not going no contact will make triggers come up. Just seeing a photo of them can make a trigger bad, you know? So you don't want to look at photos. You want to get rid of their stuff. You don't want to look at their social media accounts. All that stuff is bad news, okay? Okay, so Della. Can a person be considered a narcissist if they only hit high with traits within the 3 other personality disorder cluster Bs, but scores significantly lower in narc traits. Let me see if I can try and make sense out of this question. I think I know what you're saying. If someone scores high in other cluster Bs, but low in narcissism, can they still be a narcissist? No. I mean, so a narcissist scores high in narcissistic traits. Other cluster Bs disorders will have tons of narcissistic traits, but it's separate. Those other disorders is what separates them from narcissism. So we don't classify narcissism as the same traits as antisocial or histrionic, or even though there's all so similar, and I know it's so confusing, there's going to be changes. I guarantee it. There'll be plenty of changes in this that hopefully will make better sense. I hope that answered your question. They're only a narcissist if they score high on narcissistic traits, not low. If they score higher on other cluster B personality disorders, then that's what they are. If they score high on antisocial, then they're antisocial. I always say people with antisocial personality disorder are narcissists because they have all the same traits, but they have more to become antisocial that separates them from narcissism. The Insomniac 826, I knew a guy that complained about his sisters having too many shoes, but his closet was full of shoes. And later on, I got another question from the same person, Insomniac 826. I'm just going to do them all together. I met a guy who gave me lots of compliments. He has a duck walk, slew-footed, and mocked my shoe size. He also criticized my shirts, which were just plain t-shirts, and he criticized my shirts. But he wore the same shirts on 2 occasions with horrible stains on the back. Projection? Well, obviously. I mean, this guy's fucked up. This guy, anything he does, he's going to blame somebody else, right? And this guy has, obvious insecurities about his feet, about clothes, whatever. Yeah, that's projection. I'm surprised he doesn't make fun of your walk and say your feet are ugly. I mean, so he says your shoes, so it's not direct. I don't know. It's hard to make sense out of these fuckers, man. They're crazy as hell. Jeanette Jordan from California. When the narcissist has a child with their new supply to keep the bond, does that mean they will never cheat and stay with her a long time? When a narcissist has a child on purpose, yes, it's to strengthen that bond, to basically keep them trapped more. And does that mean they'll stay with her a long time? That's the plan, right? So, but it doesn't mean they'll not cheat. They could not cheat and control it for a while because they know they have a really good thing going and they don't want to get caught, but eventually they're going to cheat. If they're cheaters, they're cheaters. They're going to cheat. But they are trying to lock in that supply for a long time by having a child, by getting married. That's good supply. They want to hold on to that. Maybe it's good supply because they can cheat and get away with it. Makeup. Mobster from New York. Does a person return to themselves after and get their personality back after being in a relationship for a number of years with a narcissist? Yes, they do. And I know that feeling. It feels like you're never going to be normal again. You are. Trust me. This is your brain traumatized and damaged, and you remove yourself from the stress. Eventually, your brain catches up. Eventually, your brain's not so stressed out. It relaxes. You relax. You trust people again. You're not so afraid, and you feel normal again. Sometimes it takes a long time, but you will. Okay? Learn, grow, sing, which is actually Jess from Ohio. Why do they always say you're having secrets when they do? I know it's projection, but how ridiculous is that? Well, it is. And don't forget, these people are paranoid. Their biggest fear when they meet you is you're going to find out what they are. And that you're going to expose them to the rest of the world. They're absolutely paranoid of it. And they should be. So he's not just projecting. He's afraid you have secrets about him. He's afraid you're talking behind his back. He's afraid that you know what he is, that you're onto him, and you're going to tell people in his life. And so he tests you to find out. You know, do you know yet? Do you know I'm a fucking psychopath? Do you know yet? Is it time for me to go? Is it time for me to start telling everyone else that you're the fucking crazy one? That you're a psychopath? That you're a narcissist? They're testing you, you know? Makeup mobster. Again, is it common for a victim of narcissistic abuse to actually act like a narcissist? Yes. Narcissists act like they do as their own survival mode. That's how they survive. They decided to do this a long time ago. Early in their life, they decided, I need to get what I need, and so I'm going to lie, cheat, steal, and abuse to get it. When you're with them, you also start becoming into survival mode. And we start kind of acting like them, and I understand that, and we could have more traits because of this. But we are good people. We do love and we do have empathy, and that doesn't go away. The hurt that they had when they were a child kept them from developing empathy. But we already have it. Eventually we'll start acting normal. We need to get away from them. And it's not okay, you guys. It's not okay to act like them just because you've been abused by them. That's what they do. Esther McGuire from New Hampshire. After 4 months of no contact, my ex-narcissist contacted me, told me I was the love of his life, and asked me if I'm still mad. Okay, and is this normal? Is this what they do? Yes, this is what they do. They are merely validating themselves. And they know they've done a bunch of bad shit to you. They know the relationship was bad. If they can wait till you're calmed down, you're not so angry, and they contact you again, and you don't bring it up and you don't talk about it, boom, they're fine. They're validated. Everything they did is gone. It never happened. And if anything, I'm okay and you're the fucked up one. That's all it is, Esther. All it is. Leche por favor. Nikki. So Nikki was worried about 4-year-old daughter being poisoned by a narcissist, and she was asking questions on my Q&A video, and I told her that this happens and this is common, and the daughter needs to be tested. And she went and had her daughter tested, and it turns out her 4-year-old daughter, was high amounts of arsenic and tungsten. Sick. I'm so glad, Nikki, you had her tested. I'm so glad that there's an investigation. This guy is facing charges. Munchausen by proxy. This is nasty, and it fucking happens. And when you start telling your therapist, I'm worried that I'm being poisoned, I'm worried that my child is being poisoned, and your therapist says, oh, stop worrying about that. Stop obsessing with that. Do you have any reason to really think that? You tell your fucking therapist it happens. You show them the stories. They're out there. It happens. Okay? These people are sick fuck. These people want to make children sick so they can get attention for having a sick child. It's more worth it to them to get attention than it is for their child to not be sick. So they feed them poison. Little bits of poison every day, and eventually they get so sick and they have to go to the hospital, and nobody can figure out what's wrong with them, and everybody just feels so sorry for you. Oh, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. It's sick. It's sick. It happens, and it's sick. And Nikki, I'm so sorry, Nikki. I'm really glad you figured this out, and I'm really glad this piece of shit's going to be in jail where he belongs. Carol Rankin, I had 2 phobias prior to my narc relationship, and he made one far worse. Have you or anyone else experienced this? I thought about it. I can't really think that I experienced this, but I know other people do. And it's just so obvious. It's just so obvious, Carol, that this is what they do. They exploit everything about you. They exploit your fears. They exploit your shame. And if you have a phobia, oh, fuck. It's not going to get any better. Not with a narcissist. The only way that won't get worse is you don't tell them about it. It'll still get worse. They'll fuck your brain up. And if you have phobias are in your head. What they do to you is in your head. It's going to make it worse. Big time, I'm sure, man. Chantel Graham, Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. How long did it take you to feel ready to date? Great question, Chantel. There's a little bit difference with me. A lot of you guys know kind of my situation, what happened. It took me 4 years to find out what was going on. That she's a narcissist, and 3 of those I went single, and well, not 3, I'm sorry. It took me 4 years to figure out she's a narcissist. It took me, and I started dating right away. I tried to date right away, and man, it was scary. Now, I didn't know what a narcissist was. I didn't know why I was so fucked up. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, and I kind of just tried to ignore it, and I tried to drink, I tried to keep dating, and it was awful. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The second the girl wanted to take me into the bedroom, I'd run. I just couldn't. I couldn't operate. I couldn't function. I couldn't get close to them. I couldn't trust them. About all I could do was get really fucking drunk, you know, with them at the bar. That's about it. Now, is what I did is after 3 years later, I decided something's not right because I didn't know what narcissism was, and I decided something's not right. And I am dating women that are heaping piles of shit. I mean, they're lying to me, cheating, they're demanding, and just all this nasty shit. And I wasn't just being paranoid, I was dating bad women. I hooked up with a borderline, a narcissist, oh fuck. And I realized something's not right here. You're doing something very wrong, and it's time to stop dating until you figure it out. So I made a conscious decision to stop dating after 3 years. A year later, after not dating anybody, I discovered narcissism, and I was like, holy shit, okay. And then I realized I'm doing the right thing. That's good that I'm not dating. That this is a good thing. And I kept going for a couple more years. And I went a total of 3 years, more than 3 years, over 3 years before I dated anybody. And it was fucking great. I can't explain to you guys that have not done this. I cannot explain the difference. It's just too hard. I just learned so much in those 3 years. And I just realized I didn't need a girl like that. I didn't have to go on dating. I got used to not doing it to where I realized I didn't need it. And not that I was against it or anything. It's just I knew that I just had to take a break. And because I was so scared with other women, I couldn't trust them. And it just felt so much better to just make that choice. You know, and it's not like you're giving up. You're doing a good thing for yourself. Because if you keep dating people and they keep failing, failed relationships is #1 reason for depression. Because relationships are the most important things in our life. And if they keep failing, we become depressed. Stop dating. Make a conscious decision to just, I'm not going to date until I'm ready, until I'm fixed, until I'm a little normal, until I figured out why I'm doing this. Why am I dating narcissists? Why am I attracting narcissists? I don't anymore. Narcissists want nothing to do with me, so I live a nice, happy life, uninterrupted. I'm dating now. I'm happy. I don't worry about if she's a narcissist. I know she's not. So it takes a while, and the longer, I think the longer you take, the better reward is when you meet someone that's so special to you, and you haven't kissed somebody in a while, and you haven't gone on a date in a while. And now you're doing it with someone very special that you might be with for a long time. It's so much better. It's so much more special. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. And stay away from goddamn dating sites. Willa Barnes, are there lawyers who will pursue legal action against narcissists for the damage they cause others? Well, yeah, but it's got to be, you know, it's got to be, there's got to be a monetary value to it. Emotional abuse, no. And that's a hard thing to see. It's a hard thing to prove. A lot of states, even in marriages, don't care if the person cheats. No fault states, doesn't matter. You could have women over in your house. You could have prostitutes in your bed, and your spouse could videotape it and say, "Look at this bullshit," and it won't matter when it comes up to divorce court. Who cares? He cheated, man. Shut up. I mean, it's just sick. It's just sick. It's just wrong. And I know. But, you know, They cause monetary damage, yes. If they make you lose your job and income, then yes, you can sue them. Lawyers will pursue them, but not on the terms that they're narcissists, on the terms that they cause monetary damage to you. That's it. Jess from Ohio. Why are they so lazy? My ex barely moved. Well, they're disordered. The last things they do is have goals and pursue them, right? At least any kind of healthy goals. You know, they're sick fuckers. You know, they're lazy pieces of shit. They aren't sitting and worried about their future. They're stuck in today, and you know, I imagine they're depressed. I've always said that I think people with narcissism are generally depressed. Narcissists, some out there like Vactin says he's happy. I don't see how you could be happy. I mean, you're missing out on the most important thing in life. You don't know what it is. You're kind of just going through life like another fucking animal. Nothing's special. Nothing's great. Relationships don't matter. People don't matter. How in the fuck does that make you happy? If that is the most important things to normal human beings. The most amazing experience in the world is love. The love for another. The love for your child being born. Narcissists don't give a fuck. They won't even be there to see the child be born. They don't care. They're happy. Empty. Shallow. Dull. Paranoid. Scared. That's what they are. I'm going to stop this one here. I'm going to make this 2-part video. Please go to the next one. Okay, guys? Thank you. Part 2 coming up next. Thanks. Bye.